Hi there, I am Veronica Isles, and I am here to help make your life better. Let's talk manifestation. I am here to personally answer your questions on this beautiful day, and we are all gathered together. And I hope that I can help bring clarity into your life, offer you solutions that will, in fact, work and bring about quick results. And I'm so excited to be joining you on this beautiful day. So, if you are new here, maybe you are watching a replay of this live show, you can catch my next one by hitting the subscribe button, bell icon too, because YouTube has to notify you. I do these sessions spontaneously. They're never planned in advance. Sometimes I will alert my mailing list. If you got the email, you will notice that the time that was set to it is not the time I went online. Whenever you schedule a session on your live platform, it always asks for a time, so I just kind of randomly pick one. Doesn't mean that is the actual time I'm coming up. Okay, so I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. Studywithveronica.com is the free course. You can also get my one-on-one coaching. If you are looking to do a session with me, a phone call session, a video session, it will be just like here, except we will just be talking one-on-one. And this is sort of a temporary thing that I'm currently offering. If you have been following me for a while, you will notice that I'd actually taken it away for a few years. And I will be doing that again soon, but I am available for one-on-one sessions at the moment. Quanster, hi. Thank you for being the first one here. I appreciate it. Well, maybe you're not the first one here, but you were the first one to talk. Jane R. Singh, hi, Veronica. Kisara, I got a little heart. I appreciate it. I'm happy to answer any question. No question is silly. No question is dumb. I want to help you feel better that whatever you want is possible in your life, because while circumstances may be present in your life right now, there is a reason for them. They're not permanent. They're not unmovable. They are shapeable, changeable. They're usually here to teach us something. So if an unwanted circumstance is in your life right now, try to not shun it away and turn a blind eye to it or hate it. Learn from it, move on so that you can up-level your life and get to the manifestation, basically. Okay, so apparently I wasn't looking and there were 2 messages retracted. Okay. So I try to answer every single thing that is posted, but I guess while I was in the midst of talking, that did happen. Does anyone have a question? If not, I will simply talk from what the usual questions are that I see. And one of the big ones is always, how long will this take? And the interesting thing is that when you truly embody a particular result, a particular way of feeling, you're already with it. So essentially, it doesn't take any time at all. It just takes the time involved to get into that state, get into that feeling. It doesn't take any time at all. I know we always want to see the realization in our physical world, in our 3D. Like that's where we consider it as real, but it's actually real first inside, and everything else is just it's just a mirror reflection of what is happening inside. Okay. What tips do you have to be grateful? I see small progress, and it's okay if the progress is not fast. I think that's what it says. Oddly enough, there's a heart covering it up. Thank you, YouTube. Oh, here we go. I was able to adjust it. Okay. So, what tips do you have to be grateful? I see small progress, and it's okay if the progress is not fast. Okay. So, I know we like to kind of categorize time. So, there's fast, there's slow, there's this, there's there. We look at time as linear when really all we really have is the present moment, is the now. There really isn't any past, future. I mean, it's really just all the present because everything is experienced in the present. So, yes, right now, Kisara is seeing small progress. That is great. And feeling gratitude for the fact there has been progress is great. I would try to, in terms of seeing progress and also finding gratitude, remain in this current moment and not overwhelm yourself with the time element, the sort of don't get fixated on this idea of time passing and not really getting anywhere. If you feel different inside, that's definitely something to be grateful for. You can be grateful by noticing things that you wouldn't otherwise realize as being special, like even the sun rising in the morning. Like we're so accustomed to just getting a sunrise every single day and a sunset, but isn't that really a miracle in and of itself? Things like that. So you sort of pay better close attention to the beauty around you, and you also start seeing things through the lens of everything being beautiful, everything having a purpose, everything being a miracle, essentially. Like, of course, there's things that are more important to you. Um, Whatever Kasara is trying to manifest, it's obviously better in her life. But noticing that there's already beauty that exists and even beauty in the flaws. So the more that we can kind of appreciate the current moment and again stay in that current moment, present moment awareness, it is sort of the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. And it also helps to essentially get to the goal faster. But again, let's try to not think in terms of time and how long it takes and because it's really just a moment of awareness in this, current state where I am right now. Okay, Quanster. I am, let's see, on the verge of a big contract at work. Congratulations. And I am personally manifesting large sums of money. I'm just trying to be aligned, being happy and toning myself to the vibration. So I would feel that you are worth this big contract. Like if we're on the verge of getting something big, the tendency could be to be vulnerable to feeling not necessarily worth it or being afraid that someone else is going to get it. So when there's a big thing involved, especially something that's vastly different from your current life, if there are large sums of money, maybe you don't have a lot of familiarity with large sums of money. But if you're on the verge of something big, I want you to relax into it instead of feeling like the rug could be pulled out from under you or that a good thing won't last. You hear these sort of strange expressions like waiting for the shoe to drop. That's another one. So just easing yourself into it and feeling you are worth it and being relaxed into the result so that it doesn't feel like something that is necessarily something that you are hoping for or wishing for or grasping for, but rather something that is part of your destiny. I mean, you essentially create your own destiny. So you feel it as part of your life experience. So, of course, it's going to be an easy transition. And another thing that can also help when you're on the verge of something big is to think in terms of if this already happened, what would my next big goal be? So you kind of plan ahead in terms of trying to relax into the moment and basically ensure the manifestation. So you're sort of in the end result of having it already happened. So of course you're going to start manifesting the next big thing because that's the beauty part of life is that once we get something, then we just notice another area of lack and we work on fulfilling it. And the process is just never ending and it's fun. Am I doing this correctly? It does sound like you're doing it correctly. I would just keep feeling yourself worth it, and that, the vibration of it is essentially an extension of yourself. So there's really nothing to reach for. There's really nothing to even change yourself to. You're just kind of accepting this into your life, in the form of gratitude, feeling yourself worth it. Vibration of already having what I want. I hope I answered it. There's so much more to this question than I first noticed. Also, being grateful and comfortable. That is what I'm trying to do. It sounds like you have it all right. Honestly, instinctually, we already know how to manifest everything good in our life. Like, you don't even need me. You really don't. Like, all of the answers are already within you. I'm just helping to remind you of these things. Okay, Jane R is here. All right. Hey, Veronica, I'm trying to manifest a new specific person. Any advice to give? I've suffered with unwanted thoughts, and it's just that back and forth movement with my focus on my own thoughts. It's overwhelming. Okay, let's start. I love that this question was asked because it gives me a prime opportunity to focus on this idea of unwanted thoughts. Okay, so manifesting, yes, you hear about that you have to focus on what you want. The problem with that is then we suddenly become paranoid with this idea of unwanted thoughts, and we start to see unwanted thoughts as the enemy. So it's like we feel on guard, and as if when the unwanted thought comes in, it'll somehow accidentally manifest. So, yes, that can be extremely overwhelming to be like, I gotta only think the thoughts of what I want, or else I'm doomed. Manifestation is more about what you are rather than the thoughts that you're necessarily thinking all of the time. And I know that might sound a little bit contradictory. Your thoughts do get you to a place of embodying something and feeling something, but it isn't just about micromanaging thoughts. And there really isn't something such as unwanted thoughts messing things up. So, for example, if you are visualizing a beautiful scene where you are in love with your specific person, and suddenly an unwanted thought comes in of this person marrying someone else, like this unwanted boogeyman thought. Um, you don't want to suddenly jump to this feeling of I'm doing it wrong, or I need to focus harder, or I need to somehow guard myself from these unwanted thoughts, or oh no, it's going to accidentally manifest. Don't panic. We manifest things through feelings. So, a feeling of confidence, cool, collected, relaxed. And so, if an unwanted thought comes in your mind, first of all, it didn't happen by accident. If you had an unwanted thought, like the scenario that I just gave about, um, your specific person suddenly being with someone else, this could be uh, sort of something that you have to heal within yourself, a feeling of not being necessarily worth what you want. So again, this really doesn't have to do with the specific person, but more about a belief within yourself, which is then reflecting on this idea of an unwanted thought coming in, if that makes sense. So, unwanted thoughts are basically great indicators of the things we need to heal within ourselves. So, this idea of competition or something potentially coming in and messing it up or taking away what you want, or external factors as potentially having, the ability to mess things up. Unwanted thoughts, they shouldn't necessarily make you suffer. If you're suffering from unwanted thoughts, it means you're associating a negative thing to them, you're afraid of them. And so the problem with that is then they become stronger and they attack you even more. And that is extremely overwhelming. And really, if an unwanted thought comes to you, I want you to stop placing the assumption that it's bad, or that you've done something bad, or that the key to manifestation is blocking out unwanted thoughts. Instead, calmly observe the unwanted thought. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me about myself and my beliefs within myself and what I think I can have in life? And honestly, that voice that is giving you the unwanted thought is just trying to be heard. And that's kind of why it's shouting at you and building kind of fury. Listen to it, even communicate with it, have a conversation with that part of yourself that's giving you this unwanted thought. It's not like the ego trying to destroy you. The ego isn't necessarily destructive. It's just a part, it's an aspect of you. We all have that voice within us. And even those who are the best at manifesting what they want still have an ego voice. It's just a matter of placing it in the right perspective and even learning from it. Look at this unwanted thought as a helpful tool. I'm sure very few of you right now are seeing it as a helpful thing. Like, usually the tendency is when an unwanted thought comes in, you get really mad or you get mad at yourself. Like, I was doing so well and now I have to start all over from the beginning. All of my manifesting has been ruined. So I had this unwanted thought. Why can't I keep unwanted thoughts from my head? Where it's not really about that. Like, it's a helpful teacher, even a helpful tool. And this also goes for memories of the past, hurtful memories. For example, if you remember something from your past where someone hurt you, and maybe this sort of scenario is still playing out in your life right now, instead of restricting yourself from feeling that previous pain, Don't let the pain overcome you. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't get mad at yourself for remembering it or thinking that you can't almost like you're not allowed to access that part of you or that memory. Like if someone hurt you, you're absolutely allowed to feel that pain. And I'm sorry. We've all had things happen to us in the past that hurt us. The trick is to allow yourself to kind of work through those feelings from an honest standpoint. You'll notice, like, if you have to cry about something and you're trying to manifest something wonderful, please let the tears out because crying can be healing. Like, don't just cry and sob for no reason and feel sorry for yourself. But if you have to kind of let something out and comfort yourself through it and heal from it, you're going to feel so much better afterwards. And again, manifesting is about feelings. Okay, so I know this talk about unwanted thoughts was kind of all over the place, but I hope that it could help you or someone else. Amanda Waters. I woke up grateful for clean laundry. That is a beautiful one. I love clean laundry. I love clean sheets. I love being clean. I love showers. I just love sort of cleaning up my space and cleaning up myself and taking good care of myself. You will manifest better when you're kind of like people who are kind of messy all the time. And this isn't a criticism. Uh, I mean, I know I've been messy before in the past. And again, it's not a generalization, but like when you're more centered and you're more sort of taking control of things, you tend to be a little bit more organized, or at least having the tendency to do that. Being disheveled, it almost reflects a disheveled way of keeping your own mental habits. So there's definitely a correlation there. Clara. Hello, everyone. Medina. Hi, Veronica. Marshall. Can I contact him after 2 months of no contact? Please don't. What are you trying to accomplish by contacting? Okay, I'm assuming you're trying to manifest a person in terms of a love relationship. If you are trying to do this, why would you contact them? Why can't you let the result come to you? No contact isn't about a certain period of time where you restrict yourself from speaking to them. No contact is more like I receive contact and I reply to contact, and it's natural, and I don't feel like I have to physically do something to propel a result. And this goes for any manifestation. Like if you're trying to manifest success in business, you don't suddenly start taking out loans to do a ton of advertising. That would be like the same thing as trying to contact someone to get them to love you. Like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna bring about the result that you want. Do you feel yourself as a desirable person who should be valued, loved, someone who receives a ton of communication, who is someone to like, would you fall in love with you? Would you be captivated by you? Work on your self-concept and your ability to enjoy life to the fullest, what you have right now. Don't suddenly think, well, if it hasn't worked yet, I have to now do something physical to bring about that result. Because I guarantee if you reach out and you think that you have to be the one to make the contact or else it will never happen, like you're not going to get the result you want. Either he's not going to respond, or he's going to block you, or he's going to respond in a way that's just like, hi, like it's a breadcrumb. If you really truly want the result that you desire, envision it, which I'm sure you've already done, and get yourself into a place of receiving it. So do you feel worth it? Do you think good things happen to you? What do you think about all day long? When you imagine him, what do you imagine him doing? These are all things of awareness. Awareness of what you feel life will give to you in general. Quanster, thank you so much for your advice. Thank you for being here. Kasara, I used to wake up not happy. I used to do that too. And now I wake up eager for the day. Now I do that too. It's so much better. Is it normal when trying to manifest money to get free things, or am I overthinking things? I think you definitely get free things. Manifesting money means you're welcoming in abundance, the ability to have experiences and more. So, of course, that would definitely entail receiving, things for free. And the thing is a lot of times these things are really subtle. They're not like you suddenly got $10,000. Now it could be, but it may just be that someone bought you a coffee or you ended up getting a free, I don't know, bagel comped on your receipt. Or there was a buy one, get one free sale that you didn't know about and you suddenly got this, or you could find things. Just any type of unexpected abundance that you are receiving, definitely be grateful for it, because the more that we sort of welcome in and see as a miracle, the bigger it'll sort of multiply. Okay. Oh, it's moving. Let's see. And should let the universe do its thing. The universe is you, it's the highest part of you. So it's kind of always doing its thing. It can definitely bring you higher expansion of everything in your life. So, yes, just trust that it knows the quickest process. It's not going to make you wait endlessly for no results. When you embody the idea of having more, you'll have more in all areas of your life without fail every single time. Bonjour. Hello. Thank you, Veronica. Hello, Rebecca Hales. Question: other than being mindful of not reinforcing the unwanted story, what can we do to manifest what we desire? Or is simply not adding to the lack story enough? I do think that it is enough to kind of just stop reinforcing the contrary. And the reason why I think that that is enough is because we are already perfection, so we don't necessarily have to implement over and over again that we are perfection because we already are these things. So we're just cleaning things up. We're cleaning house. Underneath, you are already love, abundance, light. You're already a magnet for all of these things. So it's almost like you are heightening your magnitude to receive. But I think that I would feel yourself ready for the new chapter. So you're kind of unraveling the old story, but you're also very, very, very ready for new change in your life. And you can kind of prove that you are ready by shaking up your habits, even if they're good habits. Just start, taking a different road to work or ordering something different when you get a coffee or talking to new people or, I don't know, experimenting with newness in your life to kind of really be ready for things to monumentally change. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Ah, mm, uh, it was a little small. I'm manifesting marriage with SP with no contact. Okay. So do you see yourself as Marshall Khan? Huh? I don't know if you're male or female. I think maybe we'll just go with female since there's lots of more females here. My demographics are there's 75% female, 25% male. So I'm just going to go with the female male scenario here. So you're manifesting marriage. So do you see yourself as the wife, or even I'll just say husband too? Do you see yourself as the partner who is sort of ready for this union, for this life together of this beautiful partnership? I wouldn't even like this no contact thing. Yes, you're not currently speaking, but do you feel that you have access to these experiences and this ability to receive love? Honestly, like manifesting marriage is more about how you view yourself than it is about convincing the other person to marry you. This also goes for relationships where maybe you're already in a relationship, a commitment, but they haven't proposed marriage to you yet, or they've said they will never marry. How do you view yourself in terms of a partnership and being able to be married? And what are your views about marriage in general? Do you have negative associations towards marriage? Does marriage seem hard? It always ends in failure. What are your just belief systems about marriage in general? The interesting thing about manifesting specific things is it often has little or nothing to do with reinforcing the specifics of it. It has more to do with these general ideas about life and about what life gives to me, how I view my world, how I view how life treats me? Do you feel like life is cold, or do you feel it as warm? Like, can you improve your relationship with the way life treats you? And this goes for money, health, love, everything. So, how life treats me. Is life kind to me? How can I better feel warm inside when I think about this idea of the future, just in general? Yes, that's exactly how it's been. Little things, a gift card, and very small things, and some savings. I'm very grateful for all of it. And it all does add up. It really does. So if you're seeing any sort of movement in the right direction for your life getting better, and this even goes for people who are manifesting a specific person, if you found money or if someone was kind to you, even if it had nothing to do with romance, like if you see your life just getting better in some other area, all areas are connected. So it must mean it's working. So don't think that the sign has to be so specific to your specific manifestation. Let's see. What are your methods to amplify the feeling of already having the end result? Let's see. Is brain and heart coherence important, or should we just try to be comfortable and happy and full of gratitude? I would experiment with what feels exciting to you to have the end result. Like if you are manifesting a whole lot of money, it may feel exciting to you to plan how you would spend the money, or to envision yourself in particular scenarios where you actually are spending the money, like buying, I don't know, $10,000 plane tickets and not thinking anything of it. Or like another good one, and this one's interesting, is like when you're shopping for travel and in terms of purchasing a plane ticket, usually people look for, at least I used to do this. I used to look for the airline that would give me the best price. So I wouldn't necessarily look up my preferred airline. I didn't even think I was allowed to have a preferred airline. Like, I would just pick the one that offered the best price and the time of day. Like, it didn't matter if it worked for me or if it was my preferred time of day, just the time of day that had the cheapest price on the cheapest day, the cheapest everything. So I think a way to connect, like, with money would be, like, what if I could purchase a plane ticket on whatever day I wanted, whatever airline I thought was the nicest, and it had nothing to do with price. Like, in order to be able to do that, that means you have plenty of money coming in. So that sort of implies that you haven't, you can spend money without even thinking about it. So in terms of feeling the end result, whatever you are manifesting, love, like what would be something that would imply that your person would love you unconditionally, no matter what? Could it be that you could, I don't know, throw a temper tantrum and they'd still love you anyway? Like, seriously. Like, a lot of times we think we have to be on our best behavior to manifest our specific person, to be loved, to be adored. But what if you could, like I said, throw a temper tantrum or even get needy and still be loved? Like, these are ways to experiment with the end result of feeling like you're going to have it no matter what. And these are sort of examples of, like, personally, I wouldn't wanna throw a temper tantrum, but sort of the idea of being loved regardless, like, it doesn't that give you, like, a feeling of safety and power and being able to have something no matter what? So we want to get into this feeling of the end result. You could play around with it in so many different ways. Being comfortable and happy and full of gratitude is perfect. Relaxed, feeling like you don't have to do anything also implies the end result, in the way that, like, when you're manifesting something, it almost feels like you have to fix a situation or you have to do something or do a lot of something to bring about a particular result. The manifestation. If you're not doing it, you're not manifesting and you're being bad at this and lazy. But now I totally forgot where I was going with this. This idea of relaxing into this moment, like I've done enough. It's coming no matter what. Like, it's coming, and I couldn't even stop it even if I wanted to, like autopilot. Like, it's just coming. These are all examples, but I want you to gravitate towards whatever idea feels most comfortable and most exciting to you to play around with in your mind. We're constantly playing around with concepts, ideas, focus in our mind. We're doing this all day, every day. And at every single moment, you're either choosing to dwell upon something that serves your highest good or that doesn't, or that reinforces something you don't want. Or sometimes we just think of useless things, especially if you find yourself kind of scrolling on your phone, looking at like TikTok videos. Like you could just be like totally wasting your current focus on nothing. I think plenty of people actually do this. But I mean, it's always your choice. Like you can only focus on one thing at a time, and we're constantly focusing on something. Why not put it to your highest good? Why not let it imply the end result of it being guaranteed? Hong Kong. Okay. Bob has been on an SP journey for 3 years. Maintain or new SP. Honestly, if you've been on an SP journey for 3 years, start making it entirely about you radiating love and attracting the perfect love, which implies your specific person, but it also puts you in a tremendous place of power. So you're no longer waiting on someone. Oh gosh, let's see. Oh, one of the 25%. Yes, no, there's plenty of males. I tend to okay, I did get the female male thing right. I was just using like the odds because I figured it was more likely that you were a female manifesting a male. But again, there's all different combinations and it's all good. I do want to see what Rebecca has to say. And we are going to close up soon because I have lots to do. Can trying to manifest something be the very thing preventing it from manifesting? Because in trying, we're inadvertently focused on the lack problem, not having it. You know what? That's an interesting thing. I do think plenty of people try too hard to manifest this. And you'll know you're trying too hard if the majority of your day is spent trying to manifest something, or you're spending hours and hours and hours on affirmations or techniques. Your techniques should always go hand in hand with your current life, so it doesn't feel like something separate. It feels like you're adjusting your rhythm throughout the day instead of trying to do something separate and then going back to the old rhythm. But I do think that you should always take the feeling of having done enough, even if logistically you don't think you've done enough. Like, just take the attitude that you've done enough because, again, you're already love, light, and abundance and perfection. So essentially, you already have done enough. You really have. Um, I would try to never get into this feeling of I'm somehow preventing the things I want from unfolding. So I'm not a fan of self-blame. I know everything is you pushed out, but I'm still not a fan of self-blame because it doesn't assist anything in terms of getting better. Um, so don't take the assumption you have a block or that you have to fix yourself, even if you do have limiting beliefs. Like let's stop placing blame. I think again we can always analyze something, and if you're sort of trying, you are focused on the lack and the problem. But again, be free, be creative, be inspired by what you think about. And I think if you always take this attitude, you will naturally receive it. I also think you can still receive, even if you've been trying really hard, but it's more fun to be kinder and gentler to yourself. So let's just embrace love, compassion, self-worth, kindness. If you kind of take the attitude of all of that, all of those things that I said sound just like practical advice, like not even manifestation advice, because I didn't mention anything about affirming anything or visualizing anything or flipping around thoughts, like all of that. All I said was self-love, self-compassion. It seems almost like a no-brainer. But it's actually the easiest way to manifest anything. Okay. I think I do have to close up for today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am so grateful for this time spent with you, that YouTube has given me this wonderful platform to share live with others. Quanster is in my free course. Everyone should be enrolled in my free course, studywithveronica.com. Have a beautiful rest of your day. May all of your dreams come true. They were meant for you.